Hey guys, it's Dominic here. Now, what do we get on this Wednesday? In the mail, I got the last part of this out the front OTF switchblade kit from switchbladeknifekits.com. This is an assembly video of the Paladin Spetsnaz, the Spetsnaz Angel Blade series switchblade out the front. So anyway, it comes with a T6 aluminum body. It's CNC milled, so it's highly precision. It's high precision, and not at the high precision cost. It's very cost efficient, this knife. Anyway, this kit couldn't be simpler because this assembly already comes to you fully assembled. The springs, the frame, the frame that holds the springs, and the catches here all come already assembled with the switch already assembled. So all you need to do is orient the knife properly, whereas this notch goes to the front because that notch fills that little gap in here, so it creates a little space like that, so it closes up the blade really nicely. So here we got the front catch. That's like your front lock area here. It's like your front catch. It's just a piece of plate steel with a coil spring in there. Make sure the coil spring is in there. And that's your rear one. Same thing. It's got a little coil spring. Make sure that's all in there. And now to assemble a knife couldn't be simpler. All you do is you take this blade and you make sure that the spine of the blade matches up with the first notch. Because if you got it the wrong way around, that will slide up against your blade. It'll ruin your blade, and it won't. The knife won't operate properly because the catches have to be in the right position. So make sure it's in this position right here. So you slide it on in, and it'll bang up against that one catch there. You take your stop pin. You have your stop pin plus your 6 body screws. Take your I call it the stop pin. I don't know. I don't really know what kind of pin. I guess it's kind of a stop pin, guide pin. Fits in that channel, that milling channel right there. As you can see, it doesn't come back out unless I pull that pin out. Then I can pull the blade out. So it's banging between that and that now. So all I do is with my pinky, or with my nail anyway, just depress that, bring the blade past. That way the blade's just floating in the middle there somewhere like that. Now, you take your top plate, make sure that this is also sitting somewhere in the middle, not the front, not the back. And line up the screws. And make sure it all fits flush. If it doesn't fit flush and there's any spaces in between, you don't have it aligned, and this is not sitting in the right position. So you want, once this is closed and this knife is floating, you want this to be floating as well. Okay, both floating. Okay, now you put your body screws in, and I'm going to stop recording just for a second. Put in the screws. I'm just going to put them in, but I'm not going to tighten them down, and then I'll start tape again. Alright guys, I put in the body screws. Now this is still floating, that's just floating freely, and just want to tighten down the body screws. Tighten down the center ones first. You don't want to crank them down, just put firm. Just put them in there, but push down on your screwdriver, that way you don't slip. These Torx screws, they strip out so easily if you don't push down on your screwdriver. Alright, now all the body screws are in, and how you set your knife is push your lever forward, and then that's it. I just pulled out the blade and now it's armed. Now, I want to show you something pretty surprising to a lot of people who don't understand OTF knives. Just give me a second. I just want to grab a piece of paper real quick. Hey guys, just wanted to show you a piece of paper test. Oh, the test with a piece of paper. These LTFs, the springs are just strong enough to move the blade back and forth. People think they're so dangerous because you can just stick it up to somebody's somebody's body, and fire the blade, and it would, you know, stick them with the knife. But that couldn't be further from the truth. These are made just to move the blade back in and out. That's all it's for. And any resistance will stop that blade, and I'll show you. So just a piece of paper. Well, let me try to get it a better frame here. Yeah, just a piece of paper. That stopped the blade. You see? Just put a little hole in there. And that's how you would disarm your knife if you wanted to take it apart again. So you would stick it up against a piece of paper. It won't, you don't want to stop it with your hand because it will poke your hand. Sure, it's not going to send you to the hospital, but it'll still make a hole in your hand like that, which you want to avoid. Anyway, so you disarm your knife like that, you unscrew everything, and you can take your knife apart. And then you reverse the order to put your knife back together. So again, make sure that this is just floating freely, right? Because even if it's down to the bottom, as soon as you bring that blade to the top, it'll bring the switch up to the top at the same time. And your knife, again, is operational. And this is tight. Fires hard. This is great. This is my first OTF, assembled in Canada. Oh, I love this toy. I think I'm going to order another one. All right, guys. Have a good day. Peace.